What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode of Pips and Points. I'm your host, Jono. And guys, today is Monday, Money Monday. So for you guys that are selling, I'm glad and happy that you're collecting crazy pips and crazy points as price continues to push down. All right. And if you are my subscriber, and this is a message to my subscribers, my awesome Piptonites, guys, you're the best. I appreciate every single one of you for all the support that you've been showing me through this journey, and I will endeavor to continue to deliver the best possible technical analysis I can possibly deliver to you guys. All right. So thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that. And I also want to give a big shout out to all the new guys. They've seen the thumbnail and they've clicked the link. They want to know what's going on. The bright colors attracted them and they're here. Guys, welcome to Pips and Points. On this channel, we talk about the NAS100. I talk about how I'm going to navigate the NAS, i.e. the trades I plan on taking, how I'm going to take them, and how I'm going to get out. Now, in doing so, I'm not claiming to be a financial advisor. I am not a guru. I don't have a magic wand, and I don't know where anything is going to go. I have to do the work, and what I'm doing is I'm showing you how I do the work before I jump in. That's it. So in saying that, I am not a financial advisor and I'm not giving you financial advice. If you use the information in this video to make trades, I pray it goes very well for you. But it's also important to know I'm not responsible because I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm only sharing with you how I plan to navigate the NAS in real time. That's it. Now, in saying that, if you find this content in this video useful in any way, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, become a Piptonite, and you could even drop a comment. Tell me where you're watching this from. I would love to know, okay? Right? So with all of that covered, we're going to get straight into it, right? So first things first, guys, we're going to turn on the work that we did last week and talk about what we did on Friday. So there was a little box here, okay? There was a little box here that I've just removed because I was doing a little bit of analysis before I made the video, right? And I also set an alert here as well, right before I made the video. To be fair, I should have done all of this whilst making the video, but I literally did this when I was out and about. I was walking around and checking the markets, and obviously I was analyzing whilst I was doing that. Well, technically I was sitting in the park, so I was sitting in the park and I set everything up on my phone, and unfortunately you guys missed it all. But this 1 hourly high here is an alert that I set. If price goes above, I'm very interested. Okay, I'm going to talk about that in greater detail. And if you're wondering why did I set the alert there, well, simple, because price returned back into the order block zone, which is this blue rectangle right here. Okay, this is it, right? So this is where order block was. Is broken through, right? And now what I'm waiting for, which I would know by the close of market if this is going to be the wick. So, and it's very important if it is the wick, right? So between this level here, so let's just draw a box around here, right? So if price pulls all the way back up, right, and gives us this as a wick, okay, this area has just become flaming important, right, in the sense that there's a good chance price will push up, go above my alert, okay, which means I will then be able to enter the market, right? That is the plan. Now, however, if I zoom back out again, right, just to show you how dynamic you have to be when you're trading the markets, is I also have to be aware of the fact that although I have set my alert at the level of 1259.7.44, okay, should a new high be produced according to the MACD around this level over here, this alert will have to move. It will have to move, that will have to change positions again and pull it in the new high that it now needs to break. So this whole alert that I've got set up is completely dynamic in terms of how I will be positioning it depending on what it does and how it does it. All right. So these are the moves that I'm waiting for. I'm about to pull the trigger because price is in the zone that I was looking for. It's right here, but it's gone a bit below that right now, right? So we now need to watch it. And like I said in the video on Friday, even when price goes into the zone, I still got to be responsible enough not to be quick to jump in, because there was other components that led me to believe that it's going to continue to push down. Hence why I had to look for the second order block, which is this one over here. So this little brownish faded black color, right? Because it actually is black, but the opacity is a bit high on it, so that's why it looks that way. So let me just zoom out. Actually, no, just change it. Going to a day. Yeah, it's going to a day. Okay. Right. Wow, that's a drop and a half. That is a drop and a half. Right. So we've got two levels of concern that we need to keep an eye out for. So the first level is this zone right here. Okay, so we're somewhere in the middle of it, but it's 1106.7.69, and the next level below that is 10,757.30, and the nightmare scenario is 6 point, and that's this level over here, and that is 6877.67. all right, so NASDAQ goes to 6K. That is not cool. That is not cool by anyone's standards. It's not cool at all. And reason why it's not cool, especially for me, for it to go that low, is I actually own actual NASDAQ stocks. So I actually own NASDAQ stocks, and right now I am bleeding, right? But you know the stocks, you hold it, you don't lose the money until you sell it, and this is the NASDAQ we're talking about here, so I'm just gonna hold it. Right, I'm just gonna hold it, and if it comes down to anywhere near these levels, then by all means I have to do the smart thing and buy some more. In my opinion, I'm not telling you to do that, but that's what I'll be doing. Okay, so now that we've covered the NAS is in the zone, alert has been set, and we're ready to pull the trigger. Okay, let's look at other components that might help guide as to how and when I should think about pulling the trigger. So at the moment, I don't know when market is going to reverse. So for that, we're going to go to the fundamentals, right? Now, in regards to the fundamentals, this is the fundamentals weekly for this week. Today is the 9th, so this is today, right? And there is no news today, and there'll be no news tomorrow. There'll be news on Wednesday, and there'll be news on Thursday. So a possible reversal in the markets for me could be coming either on Wednesday or on Thursday. And lucky for you awesome new guys and my beautiful Piptonites, that's the day I make a video. So it's going to be super hot in terms of the next video that is coming on Wednesday, because that video is coming after market releases the news, because these news will arrive in the early hours of the morning. So 8:30 in the morning is when we're going to get the CPI and the core CPI on the Wednesday, right? So in the evening, we're going to be talking about this in the video, all right? And then on Friday, we're going to be talking about the PPI, how that worked out on Thursday. And you all would have seen the results according to what would have happened on the charts before I make the video, and I'm just going to give you my findings on that, all right? So let's just get right back into the charts again, right? And we can see this is what is happening. So now let's go and look at the components, the components of the NAS. And like I said, I have a very small list of the NAS100. So the NAS100 comprises of 100 US stocks and some international stocks, but it's mainly US stocks, okay? And what I have done is I've put together a small list of NASDAQ stocks, okay, that I use to help me figure out the overall direction where the NAS is going. Now, some people just use this, the color code, because I actually described it in the other video. If you don't understand technical analysis, you don't know how to use technical analysis, how you can use this list to actually trade the NAS, and it went as follows. If 90% of the NAS components, right, is red, you sell the NAS. If 90% of the NAS components is green, you buy the NAS, right? And in doing so, you have to pick the major NASDAQ stocks, okay, to help you make that decision. So in my case, that would be Tesla, Google, Amazon, Netflix, Apple, Meta, Microsoft. All right, these are the big ones. All right, the ones that go underneath that are not so important, but I use them to a degree to help me out, and those are Nvidia, PayPal, Pepsi, EA, and eBay. Right. So first, we're going to look at Tesla and see how Tesla is overall is behaving. Okay. So as we can see in the last video, I said Tesla is coming down and it's coming down, and this is the area where I'm thinking Tesla is going to land. All right. Now remember, what you're looking at has an impact on the NAS. It has an impact of the NAS. If these are going down and you're able to understand the structure, you will have a good idea as to how low you can expect the NAS to go. All right. So we know this is falling, and until it does a bounce, we're going to sit on our hands, but we know the NAS is in the diamond position for a buy right now. Diamond position. It is on a sell. It is a steal. All right. So let's look at Google. And Google too has now done the shape, and it looks like it wants to push down. So let's just zoom in a bit, and I can explain why I'm saying that. Well, first things first, higher low. There you are. So there's a higher low here. And there is a lower high right here, which is considered a low, right? As a matter of fact, this whole thing is considered a low, and the only high point is here, right? So until Google breaks this level, this is a downtrend, okay? And what does that mean for the NAS? It means the NAS is going to keep pushing down. And then let's go in closer and let's look at this overall candle, what this candle is doing. Okay, and bearing in mind, right, what we're doing here in regards to the what I will call fundamentals is actually not fundamentals. It's just technical analysis of the major stocks where I think it's going to go. But if you want to look into this into greater detail, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, is you just go into the overall balance sheets, you look at the earnings, which is it here. If you have TradingView, a wonderful tool, you can go into that and it'll help you figure out exactly what is happening as to why it is heading in the direction that it is. But for the sake of this video, to keep the video quick, okay, I am mainly going to focus on the technical side of what the stocks are doing. And in terms of the fundamentals, I'll do that later, and you can do that in your own time. You can consider that homework. Okay, so in my opinion, Google is still going to be falling. If you look at this candle, it's still going to be pushing down. And if you look at where it is in comparison, the best place for Google to go is to this level right here, which is 2220.55. That's where I think it's most likely Google will go to before it tries to pull back. So the drop down isn't too low in comparison to Tesla, which its drop down is quite large. Okay, so we're keeping an eye on all of these things, right? And then we look at Amazon, and Amazon is still falling through the floor. Amazon is still falling through the floor, and let's see how low it can go. Amazon might actually go as low as might go as low as 1637.38. It could actually go that low. And if it does go that low, I'm going to jump in, because Amazon is a steal. Just to own a piece of Amazon will be fantastic. And I don't think it's going to go any lower than that. But I would love to get in on the boat with Amazon. I mean, physically own that stock. So if it gets down to that level, I will be considering jumping in, providing I haven't bought a whole bunch of other stuff as well, which I always do. I'm always buying different types of stocks. I just love this shit. I mean, I just do. Right? Obviously, you can tell. Okay, so Netflix is still falling through the ground. It is still falling through the ground, okay? And right now it's at a level where there is a support. So that support is 164.75, and it could even go lower than that. This thing has fallen from 700 all the way down to 172. I know there are investors that are crying right now. When it missed this level, when it shot past this level, I know they were like, what is going on with Netflix? What is going on? So guys, my heart goes out to you if you actually own Netflix stocks. Sorry, but however, for guys that don't own Netflix stocks, right, where Netflix is actually heading at the moment, okay, it might be fantastic opportunity to grab some. Once again, I'm not telling you what to do. This is not financial advice. This is purely my opinion. That's it. All right, so now let's look at Apple. And Apple too is falling through the floor. So you're beginning to get the vibe in regards to the NAS. If you're selling the NAS, hold on to that sell. Don't be in a hurry to cash out. It looks like it's got more falling to do. If you're looking to buy the NAS, don't run in too early. Take your time. Do the homework, because everything we're seeing over here isn't pointing to anything going up anytime soon, right? But however, this structure of Apple is looking super promising. The only thing that we can hope for now is between now and at some point this month, Apple turns around and says, guys, guess what? I'm going to sell you the same thing again, but this time I'm going to call it 14. The iPhone 14, right? That's what we're waiting for. And then obviously everyone will run and go buy an iPhone. I'm not going to lie, I'm a sheep too. I'll run and go and buy an iPhone too. Just because they said it's 14. I'll go and get it. Right? So yeah, so Apple is falling. It's falling, right? So we're going to keep that as it is. And then we got Facebook. And look at that. Facebook has come, hit what I said it was going to hit, and it's now pushing down, and it's now getting to the zone where we're going to find out if it's going to push up or if it's going to fall down. And this level right here, it's not irrelevant. So let's get rid of that. I should have deleted that from last week. Okay, it's not irrelevant. If it produces a lower low, then it's not going to be, well, it's going to be bad, but it's also going to be good as well. Because what we're going to have in regards to Facebook is we're going to have something like this. It goes lower, comes higher, goes lower, comes higher, and then it might settle somewhere. It might produce somewhat of a head and shoulders. This is just an assumption. And then begin to climb, fill this zone, and then do something like that. But for that to happen, good old Mark needs to come out and say, guys, I've worked out how you can do X, Y, and Z in the metaverse. You're all gonna love it. Everybody get on board, and then that will change this. That's something that could definitely help Facebook. I don't know if they have something like that on the fly. Who knows? But at the moment, how it's winding down, it could be like that for a little while. But however, the structure that we're looking for to push to the upside is going to be looking something like this. Something like this, because it's already consolidating, and it looks like it's consolidating downwards. So this is how it's looking to me. If I was going to do anything with Facebook, I'll be waiting for a shape like this to appear. I've got one here. I need a confirmation, which will be the second pull down, where that lands, and that will let me know what Facebook is actually going to do. All right, so that's what I think, but ultimately it's pushing down, which means the NAS is pushing down, and that's what we're here for. So now let's look at Microsoft, and Microsoft indeed has broken, and typical pattern. So first you have all-time high, higher low, and now another higher low, where this was pure consolidation and it's now broken through, or as some would say, I don't know, it's thrown up, it's taking a trip, a tumble, whatever you want to say, and it's on its way down. And the next area for it to stop at, potentially, that's what I meant to say. My English is getting more terrible the more videos I do. It's crazy, but it will get better. Guys, forgive me. Right. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm in high spirits. Reason being, price is in the zone that I'm looking for, and it's been a while. I need a payday, so it looks like I'm about to get that. Hence why I'm so animated in this video. So do forgive me for the animation if it's annoying you. My apologies. Right. So so Microsoft is heading down. So I think Microsoft is going to be heading down to potentially around 238.90. That is the first stop, and it could go lower because there are a number of low points. Doing it, there are a number of low points on its way down that it could actually go through. All right, so we have to be very mindful with Microsoft, and it is looking like, if I am not mistaken, but a viewer, please correct me if I've got this wrong, this is looking like a head and shoulders, right? A head and shoulders. This is what it's looking like, but we're yet to see if it's going to confirm or not. And if it stops somewhere around this level and begin to push back up again, then it's fair to believe that Microsoft would be producing a new all-time high, which is very good for me in regards to how I plan on playing the NAS. So that is something that I hope does happen, but for now I don't know if it's going to do that or not, so we just have to wait and see. Okay, so now let's look at Nvidia. And Nvidia has wet the bed, literally wet the bed, right? So it's now falling through. It is falling through. This is the next level where it could go to, all right? And it's falling through. So the last support level that we did was at 177.74, and it's broken through that. Looking at the time right now, it is 8:58, so there's a very good chance that it's going to close in the level where it is right now. And like I said before in the other videos, whenever you see parabolic candlesticks, they always tend to move in threes. So we got 1, 2, 3. The fourth one is important, how that's going to look, right? And why is that important? Because it gives us the overall direction of where the NAS is going to go. So what this is more or less helping us do is knowing what all this is going to say tomorrow before we get to tomorrow. Basically, that's all we're doing, right? So we know it's pushing down, so that's what's going on. And then we have PayPal, and PayPal has now produced a new lower low. This is it right here, a lower low, right? So PayPal too is going down. It's going down, so we're going to get rid of, no, I'll keep that there. But yeah, so PayPal 2 is going down. Look at it, it's going down. And then we've got Pepsi, and like I said in the previous video, what I'm expecting from Pepsi is something like this, and it looks like it's doing it, but I can't confirm if it's going to do it or not. But it looks like it's doing it, right? It looks like it, but I don't know if it is or not. And that is something like this to this level before we get spillage. So it's on its way up, it's going to pull down, it's going to shoot up, then it's going to pull down, then it might confirm itself, it might create a double top over here somewhere and then spill over. Pepsi could do that, that's what I think it's going to do. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Pepsi is the only one that is pushing up. All the rest are 100% going down, and they're in a downward trend, right? They're in a downward trend, fully fledged downtrend. And then we've got EA, and EA has broken the neckline support, which is over here. And the next level that it could go to is this one over here. So that is 112.04. Okay, so that's where EA could go. So let's look at eBay. And where eBay is and the parabolic move that is pulled, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, not for a second. I do not believe it. So now what we do is we go back in time to see areas where, okay, so this is the support level where eBay is bouncing off right now, right? Support level confirmed here, kind of confirmed here, and confirmed here, all right? But this shape that it's in right now says it's got more falling to do. Now, I could be wrong. We've got earnings coming up, dividends have just been paid out, and it was earnings a few days ago, right, on the 3rd of May. So let's see what happens with that one. Let's see what happens with that one, okay? But in saying that, worst case scenario for eBay, it could come all the way down to $26. And at $26, eBay is still, it's nice and cheap, and I personally will be jumping in because everybody is selling on eBay and nobody's going to stop anytime soon. Reason why everything has slowed down is because nobody has any money. Gas price has gone up, electric price has gone up, price of food has gone up, price of transport has gone up. Nobody's taking holidays, nobody's doing anything that requires them to spend money. Like if you go around your property or your neighborhood this summer, you're going to be seeing that a lot of people will not be spending money on any type of new things for the house, just anything in general. The only guys that are going to be buying new stuff are you guys, the traders, because you're the only ones going to be making money in this chaos. Everybody else is going to be looking for it. You know where it's at, so be careful how you spend. People will be watching. Okay, so with all of that covered, let's get back into the NAS. Let's get back into the NAS, right? And we can see where the NAS is. NAS is in the zone. It's in the zone right now, okay? And do you know what I'm going to do? Right, I've set my alert, so my alert is over here. So I'm not going to do anything. I am not going to do anything because everything I've looked at tells me that it has more falling to do. And for me to jump in and buy anything right now, there's a good chance I could be holding a red or I could end up losing straight out. Okay, if I'm uncomfortable with the red I'm holding. So with that said, I'm going to wait. And also, that concludes this video of pips and points. So guys, I hope that you have found the content in this video very useful. And if you're new and you haven't done so yet, please hit the subscribe button. Become a pip tonight. It will cost you absolutely nothing, and as a benefit to you, because I release my videos on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday, and they are time sensitive, you would be amongst the first to see the video to see how I'm thinking of moving in the NAS to help you with your overall analysis before you make any trade. As the saying goes, 2 heads, 3 heads, 4 heads is always better than 1. So with that said, guys, I want to thank you for giving me your precious time. I truly appreciate every single one of you, the subscribers, the non-subscribers, for coming over. And this is Jono signing out. And before I sign out, I would highly recommend you go and watch the video, which should be sitting in this corner right about now. So this is me signing out, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be on Wednesday.